Aloha! They call me Tiki Tommy. I didn't pick the name as a nickname I picked up since, gosh, 30, 40 years ago. Anyway, I started collecting nearly 3 decades ago, but I've always had Tiki around me. My dad brought me to the Tiki's theme park near LA when I was quite young. Got to go quite often. Look it up if you get a chance at Monterey Park, just an awesome thing. We lived near Disneyland too, and every time we went to Disneyland we had a reservation for the Polynesian Review at the Tahitian Terrace. I want to educate everyone on some of the things you can use to collect and then show you some of my collection. Let's start off with some books. Hawaii Unbuttoned is one of the, I call it my Bible, because in the back you have pictures of all the different labels. So when I list something on eBay that has a label in this book, I'll include a photo of it. This book is probably the best collector's book of all. It has a little bit of everything in it. Hawaiiana. We have Otto van Stroheim to thank for the resurgence of the Tiki movement. And he's had something to do with almost every book that's been published about Tiki, at least in the USA. This is Dale Hope's book. It's one of the other Bibles of Hawaiian shirts, beautifully illustrated. If you're interested in tapa cloth, I'm going to show you some lamps I make soon, but this is a very good book that will educate you about different islands through how Polynesian and way they make their cloth. Here's another great book that Otto had a lot to do with. It's a must-have. The last book I'm going to show you is by the Japanese. Pay no attention to the cover. I don't know why they chose this cover, but it is the most elaborate, beautiful coffee table book you can have. Some of the photos and pages are just awesome. They've got great detail, and they'll show you the labels that corresponding with each garment. For me, my mouth waters every time I open this. Again, pay no attention to that cover. Why would they choose that? I don't know. Let's start with some dresses. This is a Malahini bark cloth, just vibrant. Most of these garments are in my eBay store. If you look at my eBay store and don't see them there, please reach out and I'll see if it's in my storage. This is a Hawaiian tog. Awesome bark cloth, beautiful dress. Here's a neon muumuu. I love the label that Sears makes. This old vintage label, you just know what you're getting. This is a pullover. It's a men's shirt. Here's 4 pockets. The inside shows the reverse print, quite vibrant. Here are some contemporary shirts. I have quite a few of these in different sizes. This is a difficult find. It's a Kahala Tiki mug shirt. Really nice rayon. This is a pineapple juice shirt. When you buy a shirt like this, you put it on and you lose 10 pounds immediately. The shirt I have on is a reproduction of the famous Land of Aloha shirt. If you were a fan of Anthony Bourdain, you know he bought his original for many thousands of dollars at Bailey's in Honolulu. And Bailey offers a reproduction of this. Mine are better. I've got quite a few in large and extra large. This has coconut shell buttons, and the rayon material's just to die for. The ones Bailey has have white plastic buttons, and the material is not nice. Anyway, sorry Bailey. Hawaiian punch. You can find t-shirts, but the actual button-down Hawaiian punch shirts are really hard to find. That's punchy. Back to vintage. This is just wonderful. I say no more. 3/4 inch sleeves. It still has the original tag on it, so it's dead stock. It was like it was made yesterday. And that is a reef. I love this bark cloth with the sailboats, and you've got King Kamehameha on one sail and you have Tiki on another one. This brand is Kauai bark cloth. Just a gorgeous shirt. I still have quite a few vintage rayon made in Japan. They're very difficult to find. If you're a collector, you know. Here's a Kimo's. It's vibrant. The neon is something else. Your usual coin buttons. Here's an unusual Andre. Some people call it bark cloth. It's a heavy cotton that's textured, but I wouldn't call it bark cloth. Here's bark cloth that speaks for itself. Check out the design. Another awesome bark cloth. Here's an old rayon. And another bark cloth. This is a big shirt. It's really hard to find big vintage. This is as new as the day it was made. It looks as new. I have the original Hula Moon, the Kahala, and this is very similar. This is Fisherman's Paradise. Notice the way the placard is perfect where it buttons up. That's a hard find. If you could find the original of this shirt, it's probably $10,000. It's the Lay Lady, and you have Aloha hidden throughout here. This is a reproduction, but they made so few of them. It's something I'm going to have a really hard time letting go of. It's a Ryan Spooner. Here's another Spooner, the shaved ice. Just whimsical. I'll show you some lamps in a minute, but here is a collector's shirt showing all the vintage labels, like the ones in the book Hawaii Unbuttoned I showed you. I've had this apron for quite a while. I don't know why it hasn't sold. It's on eBay with all the other shirts I've shown you. It's satin with real feathers and embroidered Hawaiian shirts. It's for the hostess with the mostest. A couple more bark cloths and we'll get to something else. Just as classic as can be. Just awesome. I've got quite a few masks. I believe this is Papua New Guinea. Here's a couple more. This is definitely Papua. This is a more contemporary mask, but it's probably mid-century. The wood it's carved out of was carefully chosen. I probably have 50 or more, and another 50 on my walls. Here's a cookie jar. Well, it's not a cookie jar really, it is a ice bucket. I'm calling it a Tiki ice bucket. The top's quite fun, you see the smiley face. The way it's carved is definitely hand done, but these guys in lion claws have pointy noses. Maybe it was the crew from the Bounty on Pitcairn Island, I don't know. You guys figure it out. I make the lampshades out of vintage tapa. It's getting harder and harder to find. I'm trying to use it sparingly, but this lamp itself, I found it in the estate sale. It's one of a pair made out of a drum, and I stenciled the tikis on it. So I make drum lampshades and cone lampshades. The cone lampshades are laborious. It takes a lot longer to make them. I will show you some paper now. I have nearly every menu from every cruise ship and hotel in old Hawaii. I have the entire series of the Kelly menu. That's a complete series, all signed. And here, of course, are the Eugene Savage ones. I have almost every one. I have a lot of old advertising. And if we can get back to the lamps for one moment, this is a close-up of one that's in a gallery right now. These are hanging lamps. So my hanging lamps are much more popular. I'll show you one that hasn't been converted yet. So I'm repurposing these lamps. This is an estate sale find. This is the diffuser, or what you call the bottom. That one's unusual because it's a captain's wheel. So that'll be like a color blue like that, and I'll probably use starfish instead on that one. The starfish show up on the blue just beautifully. I have pages out of a book published in 1815. This is a book about Captain Cook's voyages, and all the lithographs in the book are done by the artist that accompanied Captain Cook. The covers are worn, but the print inside is mint. The rest of them are on my walls in the house. I have this series of menus as well. This is an old United Airlines promo. I have a lot of music, the artwork on old music is pretty awesome. Anyway, let me show you one last thing. This is a I call this is my simple hanging lamp. It's an on-off switch inline, so you can just hang it over a hook. These are sell for much less than elaborate ones with the glass bottoms. But this is a outstanding polymer that gives out great light when you have it on. I'm trying to think of something spectacular to end with, but I don't have much more than my stories. Oh, how about the fezzes on my tikis behind me? Those are a hard find. The fezzes are special when you find these little add-ons on the fez itself. The tassel, we could say. So I'm sorry that Tiki Oasis isn't live, because midnight tonight I'd be there watching the what do you call it? The topless show, the the 90-year-old star. Anyway, I wish I was with all of you there. I'm really sorry I'm not. Hopefully next year we'll continue Tiki Oasis as it's supposed to be. I just wish I was on that island in one of the 5 pools with y'all. Aloha.